inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Breeze now on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre-game. Looking for Gann, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while, moving to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
5-1.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Here we go. 5'8".
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And incomplete here on 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch him now, Barney.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mayfield. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
the red zone now. Mayfield flushed out right. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 7.
Green 39.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for touchdown, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one in Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Landry, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
4 down, 4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Ingram. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. And that way, you often control the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They pitch it to Chubb. Sheds off the tackle. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just looking the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. To throw, Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor. Able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll start the drive with Washington. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second down, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Mayfield to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They run it again with Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Again, this is Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And Gaines got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans. They don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
Here we go.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's caught, it's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
He'll get it up the middle, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Zach Line, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lux with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now Mayfield. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running, and picks it up anyway. And now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Extra point forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is that balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
14.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The result, a first down as the quick slant gets him 14. On first down, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Breeze again. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Breeze, gotta have this one. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. 47.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield now. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Flag 99 Philly, here we go. Flag 99 Philly, here we go.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught by the rookie, Nick Chubb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.